With a vast and extensive natural maritime endowment base, comprising a coastline of over 800 kilometers, an exclusive economic zone of over 200 nautical miles, blessed with a vast inland waterways resources estimated at nearly 3,000 kilometers, comprising over 50 rivers, big and small, that can support a vibrant intra-regional trade. Obviously, Nigerian maritime sector has the potential to accelerate Nigeria's economic development beyond its crude oil revenue earnings. On this note, I warmly welcome you to Maritime Update. I am Norma Obiaswalo. On a weekly basis, this show provides public enlightenment on the issues and developments within the maritime sector and its connected industries. In this episode, Maritime Update will be taking a holistic look at the activities in the Nigerian ports and how the reforms being made can reposition the sector as the leading port in Africa. First, issues and developments that made news in the sector. Stay with us. The Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC) has sought for continuous collaboration with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria (ICAN) for proper auditing of Council's accounts. The Executive Secretary of the Council, Mr. Hassan Bello, made the call when ICAN members made a courtesy visit to the Council in its Lagos office. Bello, who was represented by Mr. Akintunde Makinde, Director, Inland Transport Service, said that the NSC maintained high standards of accounting and stated that the Council's audit presentation is the best in the industry. And the training the accounting staffs of the Council are receiving from ICAN has positive effect on their performance.
We have been able over the years to maintain a high standard of accountability because we make sure that we put in place all the necessary staff with all the necessary qualifications to do the needful accounting process, auditing. Everything is one of the best in the industry, and we pride ourselves with that. And because of the work of institutes like yours, who are training high quality manpower for the Nigerian economy.
In his response, the president of ICAN, Alhaji Ismaila Zakari, who was also represented by Mrs. Onome Adewi, said that a port regulator was important to create a level playing ground for effective operations. The ICAN president urged the council to improve on its performance to transform Nigeria into the maritime hub of West and Central Africa. She further stressed that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria (ICAN) and Association of National Accountants of Nigeria (ANAN) are certified to deal in accountancy matters in Nigeria, and so far, ICAN has produced over 43,000 chartered accountants in Nigeria since inception in 1965. She also said that there were laid down procedures of sanctioning any member that engaged in unprofessional conduct at work. The ICAN president urged the council not to hesitate to notify the institute if any ICAN member engaged in fraudulent activities.
ICAN has produced over 43,000 chartered accountants in Nigeria since inception in 1965. We as an institute, because of the nature of the business we do not condone corruption, and we have disciplinary process for erring members. And indeed, we use this medium to please appeal to you where any of our members carrying our flag as ICAN member has any disciplinary issues. Please feel free to notify the Institute. We have a fair process to deal with our members on all of such matters.
An estimated $2.23 billion is expected to be injected into the nation's economy in terms of construction and fixed assets. With the completion of the Lekki Deep Sea Port in Lagos, this amount is expected to rise to an aggregate of $3.61 billion over a 45-year concession period in the Nigerian economy. This development and other benefits of the iconic project to the country were highlighted on recently when President Muhammadu Buhari, represented by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, led inauguration for the construction of the Lekki Deep Sea Port project in Lagos. The President stressed further that the project is important to the presidency as it is in tandem with government's plans to diversify the nation's economy and the federal government economic recovery growth plan.
The promoters of this project are targeting, we're told, about 1.5 million 20-foot equivalent units container capacity annually, which they expect to grow to about 2.7 million and 4.7 million TEUs when the project operations commence. With this fit, the Lekki Deep Sea Port will become one of the largest deep water ports in our region and serve as a hub for port operations in the whole of West Africa.
The President also said that the Lekki Deep Sea Port, which is jointly owned by the Toleram Group, the Lagos State Government and the Nigerian Port Authority, is expected to be a major boost to the maritime sector and the Nigerian economy at large. Also speaking at the event, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, disclosed that the Lekki Deep Sea project is one of the 3 key projects that the current administration, through the Ministry of Transportation, is determined to actualize. He noted that the ministry under his watch has helped the promoters of the project to remove all the obstacles which were hitherto frustrating the smooth takeoff of the project by successive administration.
The Toleram Group came to me and said for so many years they've been trying to take off this project and it's been difficult. And I told them, the president comes with change, and you will see that the current Ministry of Transport and its agencies would ensure that this project is realized.
On his part, the Managing Director, Nigerian Port Authority (NPA), Hadiza Bala Usman, stated that the NPA, as a regulator of port operation in Nigeria, is committed to providing technical support and regulatory environment that will see to the timely completion of the construction work and ensure efficient operation and management of the port. She promised that the NPA would work with all stakeholders to ensure that the deep sea port becomes a world-class facility and an enviable edifice that can stand the test of time. If you have just joined us, this is Maritime Update, reaching you courtesy of the Nigerian Shippers Council. For details, please reach the Nigerian Shippers Council on our email, website, or better still, text the number scrolling on your screen. Do you know that the Port Service Support Portal, PSSP, is a complaints management and service support solution aimed at addressing business-to-business transaction problems in Nigerian ports? Here is how to use it.
Welcome to Port Support Services, otherwise called the PSSP. The PSSP, as it is popularly known, is an initiative of the Nigerian Shippers Council created to serve the public better. Just to help you navigate the portal, first log on to the website www.pssp.ng. There you'll find the basic information about PSSP, information on partners of the project standard operating procedure of the partners of the PSSP, and frequently asked questions, contact information. With the PSSP of the Nigerian Shippers Council, members of the public will be able to make complaints using the complaint form, track the status of the complaint, and make inquiries or give a feedback using the contact form. To submit a complaint, open your web browser and type www.pssp.ng. The home page will load. Click on the Make a Complaint. The login page will display, but you will need to be registered on the portal to be able to submit a complaint. If it's the first time of submitting a complaint, click on either the Register button or the Register link. To register, you will need to apply your email address, display name and password. After completing these fields, you should click on the Register button. If you have previously created an account, simply log in by supplying your email address and password. After you have successfully logged in, you should see the complaint form. The system assumes you are the main complainant. The complaint form has 5 sections: complaint details, service provider details, event or service description, other details, complaint description. In addition, you will find a yes and a no button, and this is how it works. Using the yes or no button indicates you are complaining on behalf of a company. If you're complaining on behalf of someone, you have to give us their details by clicking on the Add Detail button, then click on the Next button. From the pop-up list, select the type of company your complaint is about from the agency list and select the company from the companies list.
The portal is very good because it will control the excesses of stakeholders. We will suggest the implementation of the procedure so that our port system will have a leeway to the path of progress. We, as shippers, we respect government laws, and we have told our members to comply with the procedures as stated. And if they have any issues at all, they should let us know. And so far, we have not gotten any complaints on the procedures which they have placed in the portal, Shippers Council portal. I think it will work because people are now beginning to see that a lot of things are happening in the system now. Government is up to the task of controlling excesses. So it is a portal that everybody should key into and continue to do their business in the normal way.
Now to the guest of the week. He is Otumba Kunle Folari, Chairman, Ports Consultative Council. In this very informative interaction, he x-rayed the potentials in the maritime sector, emphasizing on infrastructure, management structure, building human capacity. These and many more in this package. Please stay with us. Tell us about your activities and how this has geared towards moving the maritime sector forward.
Well, the Nigerian Port Consultative Council is the apex advisory agency in the maritime sector. It's foremost in advocacy on all technical issues in the sector and does a lot of wide consulting with government and other stakeholders in the maritime sector. We also interface with international organizations related to the maritime sector, like the International Maritime Organization and International Labour Organization. Substantially, we are active in those areas and much more.
And so how has this geared towards improving the maritime sector?
Well, in many ways. First of all, let us look at recent issues. We are the first organization that did a complete study on developing deep sea ports in Nigeria. And also, that has led to so many other initiatives in that particular project. Today, we are proud that Lekki Seaport, Badagry Seaport, Ibom Seaport, formerly Baka Seaport, Bakassi Seaport, and others like Agay Seaport are coming, and Olokola Seaport. In other words, it has identified with the key issue in developing Nigerian maritime port industry.
So having aligned the activities of your council, so how do we explore the huge potentials that is existing in the maritime sector?
Well, the maritime sector, as you know, has over 42 trades and professions. which is very imperative to understand that it is the key driver of the national economy. We also will realize that 85% by value of all the goods and services into Nigeria, it comes through the seaports. That is significant. And also we might say that at least 60% of the regional economy in West and Central Africa is domiciled in Nigeria. Nigerian seaport is an access to the landlocked countries, Chad, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Mali, and many others in the corridors, even within the coast. Nigeria potentially is a hub for maritime activity in the region.
So how do we explore these potentials that you've just mentioned?
Well, first of all, we look at harnessing the maritime security needs of the region. Within the Gulf of Guinea, for example, Nigeria has over 9,000 kilometers of coastline. That is key. Nigeria has 200 exclusive economic zones, 12 nautical miles of territorial waters. Nigeria, therefore, is well placed to play a leading role in harnessing all the maritime potential in the region. How do we do that? Nigeria is providing deep sea port, for example, with the economic of scale to the traffic to the region. How do we further do that? We are harnessing and harmonizing all the initiatives for maritime security in the region to be domiciled in Nigeria, providing distress call centers in Nigeria, providing surveillance for international shipping in the region. That is key in providing the leadership that's needed, and it's come from Nigeria.
Yeah, okay. Having said that, to enhance the nation's economy, we need to attract huge vessels into the country, into the maritime sector. So how then can we reposition the maritime sector in line with the global trends, so we can able to attract these huge vessels that we could enhance our nation's economy?
We have said it. Improving infrastructure. The port infrastructure must be expanded. We must deepen the waterways. We must expand the berths available for accommodating these vessels. We are doing that by the initiative of deep sea ports. We can create 16-meter depths that can take vessels that can bring about 5,000 containers per call. That's a huge potential, a huge opportunity, and technical competence for attracting big vessels.
Okay, having identified this potential, it's been identified, that means we have the capacity to restore investors' confidence. So how do we go about that? Because we need to restore investors' confidence to be able to tap into these potentials that is existent, as you have mentioned.
Dealing with fundamental principles, the cost of doing business, the ease of doing business, investment and guarantees and assurances, fiscal incentives to investors. Those are the things you need to do. I believe Nigeria is on the way to doing that, to make sure that the ease of doing business is installed, bureaucracy is reduced, documentation procedures are reduced. You are creating port community, integrating systems and making people who are stakeholders to be able to deal with each other, reducing the time lag in doing business, bringing IT solutions to doing business. We are there. That is what we should be doing. We could do much more, I agree. But now we are integrating all these systems.
In your view, what should be the short-term and the long-term measures to tackle the challenges identified in the Nigerian ports?
Job number one, you must improve the infrastructure. The infrastructure will improve with power supplies. Utilities at the doorstep of the port. Telecommunications available, power available, supplies for minor repairs available, water supply available, maritime security available. Then you are providing the necessary ingredients to build a formidable transport and port system.
You mentioned safety on our waterways. What strategies should be put in place, in your view, to ensure safety?
Well, the safety in the waterways can be identified within responsibilities. One provided by the Constitution of Nigeria, the Navy. by Constitution of Nigeria, is in charge of maritime safety, maritime security. I want to identify maritime safety from maritime security. The Navy by Constitution is in charge for maritime security. The Navy have to get the right platform to be able to patrol our waterways. Our territorial waterways of 12 nautical miles. It's an expensive venture, but it must be done, given the challenges of piracy and armed robbery within the Gulf of Guinea. That is one. Within the port authority should be able to face the challenge of surveillance within the port system. Thankfully, we have the Nigerian Maritime Police Command, and we will have the Custom Maritime Command. If there's synergy between all these groups, then we can have a result that benefits all.
You mentioned capacity building. Then share your thoughts on seafaring, on shipbuilding, international coastal shipping, and narrow it down to human capacity building.
Well, let us start from the Nigerian maritime domain. In 1 year, 5,400 vessels visited Nigeria. They were manned at least by 10 to 15 seafarers. We are looking at over 30,000 or 300,000 seafarers in a year visiting Nigerian ports. That's a huge potential. So, since we are the one generating this traffic, then we should be entitled to at least 1% of those who man those ships. We need to have a strategic plan how to develop seafaring capacity. We have to develop a strategic plan for ship ownership, so that out of the 4,400 vessels caught, at least we can get 1% to start. Ship ownership, ship manning, that is seafaring and ship ownership. They are key to getting back some of the proceeds of our international trade. Then we have to now say, to have a conscious plan for manpower development in this area. To have a conscious plan for developing the capacity or ability or the possibility of indigenous investors to own ships and join the traffic in this region. Take Greece, for example. How many islands you have in Greece? They respond to the environment and know that shipping is what responds to this environment of thousands of islands. Wow. So we can have the experience of Greece. We can also go to Cyprus, Bahamas, Liberia to flag our vessels. Nigeria buys ships, they go to Bahamas to give them flags. And we have a registry in Nigeria. Come on. What are we talking about? It's not only potential, it's actual, it's there. These are the facts on the table. These are not fallacies, they are not fancies. We are saying Nigeria brings 100 million metric tons of cargo. We are saying Nigeria brings 5,400 vessels cost a year. We are saying we have the potential to man 1% at 50,000 people. We are saying that we can own even 1% of the ships that can acquire 100 vessels. We have the export cargo, we have import cargo. Are we not done with all the material needed to grow the maritime industry?
I must say it's been an informative session. It's been Otumba Kunle Folarin. He is the chairman, Port Consultative Council. Many thanks for coming on Maritime Update.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And that's our package on Maritime Update this week. I must thank you most kindly for being a part of this edition. This show promises to bring you a better package next week. For more details, you can contact the Nigerian Shippers Council on our email, website, or text the number scrolling on your screen. You can also view this episode or any of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel, Maritime Update. I am Norma Obiaswalo. Until I come your way again, it's goodbye.